Hey guys, it's Bao Johnny Tech Review and I hope you guys are all doing well. So I've been using this pair of headphone called Emotion Max from a company called Soul. They sent this out to me about a month ago and I've been using it on and off, a little bit here with a little bit traveling in between. Today I just want to give you a review on it, give you some of the good and the bad things about it, and hopefully this will help you in your purchase decision. So this is the box that it comes with. Inside you have a pair of headphones. And it comes with a carrying case like this. I'll show you that in a second. It's a little pouch. It's pretty nice. Make out like this little soft velvet fabric. You also have two sets of these earmuffs, and the one that comes with it is leather, which they call it protein leather, but basically it's synthetic leather. And then you have another one that's fabric. It comes with a USB-C charging cable and a 3.5mm audio cable that you can use in your headphone jack. This headphone of course features a active noise cancellation. You can also use transparency mode. It also has multi-point connection, meaning you can connect the two devices at once and you can switch between them. And then of course it has aptX and what they call quantum CVC, which is a clear voice technology. So the headphone themselves are 40mm driver and it's a 32 ohm impedance. So they have three different color choice, blood, beige and blue. I picked this dark blue color. This is one of the options. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about comfort and design. From my perspective, it's a really nice looking headphone, as you can see. Very simple. Again, foldable, make it really nice to carry. And it snaps in place and they hold in place. On my head, it's pretty comfortable. I would say I have slightly a big head. And yes, I wish it does extend a little bit more. So if you have a really big head, this is as far as it will go. Just extend but not too far, and that might cause some problem. But comfort wise, I like these headphones a lot. They do flex and the clamp is not too strong. On my head I can wear it for over an hour with no problem, and especially with these fake leather one here, these synthetic leather one. When I try to use the fabric one, which is typically I like these a lot more, but I'm used to the fancy velour, so these are, they get a little bit hot in my ear and I don't like it. I actually enjoy the synthetic leather a lot better than that. So next I want to talk about the sound quality. Sound quality of these, I'm going to separate into three different categories. First I'll talk about it just being wireless, because that's probably what you're buying it for. On the wireless setup with Bluetooth 5.0, I'm using my iPhone 13, and sound quality, I usually don't do anything lossless or anything like that. I just use Spotify, some Vietnamese music, and then also some YouTube. So music sounds pretty good on the low, hit pretty strong. If you turn on the noise cancellation, you get like a slight boost, and maybe that's just a perception, because when you turn on noise cancellation, it does kind of block out some of the sound, but it does sound a little bit louder, but it's not in a good way. I would say it's kind of a little bit more muddy, so I normally leave it off. On the mids, the tone is pretty warm, so vocal, guitar, typical piano music sounds really good. And then that kind of bleed into the high, so the high is not as clear as I want it. It's not, it's that lack of clarity I'm looking for, so it doesn't feel very precise. Now, if you decide to use the cable to come with it and plug it in, I'm using a simple iPhone adapter here, the lightning to the regular audio jack. So with the wire, you can run without any battery, so that's great if you are running out of battery. But that's why the 32 ohm impedance matters in this case. And when you use it in wire mode, it actually sounds better. It's kind of expected. I expected that in the wire. For most of these Bluetooth headphones, they do sound better in wire mode. Simply because I think you're getting the direct connection. You're not dealing with compression or anything over the Bluetooth. So the sound quality is actually better. I would say the highs sound a lot more clear. The bass sounds good. Everything seems a little bit tighter. But generally, I would say for all intended purpose, Bluetooth sound quality is decent. It's not the best pair of wireless headphones that I use. I use other Chinese brands that you can see in my review list. You can check some of my other Bluetooth headphones that I review. Some of those sound better than this. To me, this just sound, I would say, okay, not great or anything like that. Next, I want to talk about the noise cancellation. So noise cancellation on these are pretty cool. On the side here, you actually have the on-off button, and you can just independently turn that on and off. You don't even need to turn on the headphone to connect to your phone or anything like that. You can just turn it on and use it just like a Bell Pulse headphone or something like that. And when you turn it on, you can actually notice the noise cancellation. It's not very strong, I would say, compared to something like Bose, where it does a really good job of noise cancellation. Just it's getting you, I would say, 60-70% there. I mean, it definitely cancels out some noise, but I can still hear my voice. Not very well, but I can still hear it. And then on the flip side, I guess, with these noise cancellation on, I do not feel a lot of pressure. So that's, I guess, it's also probably because the noise cancellation is not very strong. There is also an option here in the button. There is a multi-button up top that you can turn on and off, and you can also double tap to switch from regular to transparency mode. And in transparency mode, definitely the music is just getting reduced by half, which is a strange way to do this. So when you don't have any music playing and you double press that to turn into the pass-through, it almost sounds like you know, there's no noise cancellation, but it's the same thing as just turning noise cancellation off. There's really no pass-through as far as I can tell. At the bottom here, I noticed there's only one microphone, and then maybe there's more, but at least I only see one hole for one microphone. In the battery performance, these are pretty good. They're rated for about 24 hours with noise cancellation on and 38 with noise cancellation off. In my experience, I do not use noise cancellation, honestly, just for testing, but other than that, I don't use it. And so I'm getting 30 plus hours on these on a regular basis. So far I only charge them like twice. I didn't drain it all the way down. I used it for a while and then completely fill it up and then kind of charge it again. But in that regard, it lasts pretty long. And then with USB-C charging, they say you can do like a 10-minute charge for 1.5 hours. It takes roughly about, I would say, under 2 hours to fully charge these, to give you an idea of that. And then one last thing I would note is that usually with most pair of headphones, I would use them at about 80% volume level, and that's, you know, pretty loud, comfortable, more than enough for me. With these, I go 100%, and they are not that loud. I mean, they're loud, but they're not like hurting my ear loud. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for something and you want something a little bit louder, these might be some challenge there. But you know, at 100% volume, they're not hurting my ear. So maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, but it's just up to you. It's definitely loud enough. Let's just put it that way. So in conclusion, these pair of headphones works pretty well. I like the way they're designed. They're very comfortable. They're very light, so you can wear it for a very long time. Noise cancellation is okay. If you are really leaning hard on that, I wouldn't go for these. Sound quality department, I think they passed the standard Bluetooth headphone, but there are some better options out there. So guys, that is basically my review of the Sole Emotion Max headphone. They do make other versions like the earbuds. I never tried those. This is my first pair from them. I just want to try these first. So I hope this review helped you in your purchase decision. Guys, if you have any other question, please leave it in the comment box down below. Give it a thumb up if you like it, and also consider subscribing if you haven't done so. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.